Hey, it's Justin Popovich here, and today I'd like to share something with you that's really a simplification. I'd like to simplify the way you look at building an online business. And the title of this presentation is, well, it's a baseline for an online business, but it's based on a common conversation that I have with new entrepreneurs. People that are looking to kind of get out of a job and build their own thing, particularly online. And in particular, this is actually a conversation and a dialogue I wish that somebody had with me, let's say around 8 years ago, when I was first looking to get started and I was really confused. And I think a lot of people watching this right now, maybe yourself included, are still confused about where to go with all this. So let me kind of break it down for you, and maybe you'll relate to some of this. And in particular, I hope you can walk away with some very specific, actionable tips here in just a few short minutes, actually, that will really help you in your business building journey. So this is kind of the way the conversations work a lot of the time when I'm speaking with people that want to get started with building a business, and again, particularly online. Person has a job or maybe a previous business, but let's focus on somebody in a job right now. They've got a skill set, who knows what it is. Maybe they've been working for somebody for a couple decades, right? There's probably a ton of skills that are worth money to that company. But that doesn't really cut it for them anymore. A lot more and more people are starting to realize that I don't like this. I want to do my own thing. So they realize and they kind of declare to the world or to their friends or whoever, I want to go out on my own. I want to do my own thing. And even though I have this successful job or career, it's not cutting it anymore. I want the freedom. I want to control my own time. I want to be able to make more money. I don't necessarily want that company controlling that, but it's just a general desire for freedom, which I get. That was a huge motivating reason why I left the corporate world and became an entrepreneur. So I'm assuming you would also agree with a lot of these kind of conversations. And here's an interesting part of many conversations that I have is the people I talk to decide that an online business is a way to go. Great choice, right? Because starting an online business is quite cheap. It's usually simple to do. But this happens to be both a good and a bad thing, right? Because if something's cheap and easy to do, then you don't necessarily have a lot of skin in the game, and it's very easy to walk away from when things don't go according to plan, which is almost always when you're starting a business. Talk to any entrepreneur, and they probably hit 100 failures, or it seems like 100 failures before they ever had their first success. So yes, starting a business online can be cheap and easy, but it can be deceiving because it's very easy to walk away from. But it could be something like, okay, well, I learned, if I set up a website and a blog, then I just need to start building a list and getting people interested in the things I write about, and then I can promote an affiliate product and make some money. I'm simplifying things, but that's kind of a common conversation. Maybe you have heard a conversation like that. I'm gonna guess you have. But here's the problem: is even if you figure that out, and I can remember in particular a couple very specific conversations I've had with coaching clients where they may have done something in the corporate world where they were doing sales or they were doing maybe like technical type of training, and then when they went to start their online business, it was writing about how to make money online and promoting make money online products, and there was a huge disconnect here. And maybe they made a sale or two, but there was no long-term success. There was nothing sustained here. They didn't just want to keep finding these silly affiliate products to promote with no future direction for their company. And I agree with them. That's not really much to bank on. That's not really a business. So most people reach this point and then they're kind of left confused. Well, what do I do next here? I've got this job and it's paying me well, and I've got this kind of confused view of what an online business looks like. What do I do, Justin? So I get an understanding of their current situation and their entrepreneurial goals, and then here's where we go next. I say, okay, let's stop worrying about your blog and the list building that you've been doing so far. Let's actually look at something that matters. What are your current skills? That's the first thing I ask them. Skills that are worth money. And if you want a hint, look at your current job that you're in, right? Your employer is paying you to be there every day, probably asking you to be there a lot of hours. Well, what is it you're doing for them? You must be bringing some kind of value to the table. So you want to start thinking about all those current skills that are worth money. That's kind of a difficult task for some people, because if you've been in the same job for a number of years, you're really going to have to dig deep and brainstorm what it is that you bring to the table. Now, you want to start thinking about building a real online business, and to do that, you ask the question, how can you monetize your existing skills under the umbrella of your own business, right? So what is it you're already good at? What is it people pay you money for already? Now start thinking about, okay, well, these things are worth money. What do I need to do to start selling these skills in the framework of my own company? And here's a tip. Don't put yourself at a disadvantage by trying to sell something you've never done before. I made this mistake. My background was in the corporate world, in IT and software technology, but I really, really loved motivational speaking and personal development. So I started a company doing motivational speaking and personal development where I had zero experience. I knew nothing about how to teach that kind of content, nor how to market it. So how do you think I did? I failed miserably. And eventually, what I had to do was go back to my core skill set, which was technology and software. And that's where I began to make money under the umbrella of my own business. So I don't want you to make that mistake. Start thinking about that today. How do I monetize my existing skills? Okay. So you need to know what your current skills are to begin brainstorming how you can monetize them on your own without your employer. Next, this is a huge tip. Forget about your passions, okay, and get passionate about building a reputable business. Too many people make this mistake. It's like, well, I need to be passionate about what I do, and I need to love every aspect of every day. I'm sorry to put it to you, but building a company, you're not going to love every single moment of every day. Building a business is hard. There's going to be a lot of days where you have to do stuff that you don't love, but in the grand scheme of things, the larger vision should drive you through all of that. I want you to get passionate about building a great company, building a business that your customers are excited to deal with, that they want to buy more from, and that you get excited seeing these testimonials and seeing your customers benefit from whatever it is you're selling. So you move away from the particular item that you're selling, the vehicle that you're using to make money, and you get more excited about the overall vision of building something great. And now the world is your oyster, because now you can pick things that are going to sell, and then you can dive into markets that will do well. And instead of focusing on the particular widget and whatever it is that you're selling, you get excited about the act of building a great business. From there, now you can focus on building a platform, right? You're going to build a huge base of customers who know you, like you, and trust you. And then in the future, because you have this base of customers, you can start coming up with all kinds of creative things that maybe are a little bit more in tune with your passions. But you first need to be able to build this core business that's going to pay you and build a profit so you can grow that company. And this is a mistake I see a lot of people making, is they get too focused on their passions, and sometimes their passions lead them into niches and markets that are not profitable, will ultimately end up in failure. So getting passionate about building a successful business will make you focus on the main things, which are profitable ideas. So now that we've covered all those four things, there's some very specific to-dos that I want to suggest. First, go back when I talked about earlier, your current skills, and list them out. Piece of paper, Evernote on your computer, a text file, I don't care what it is. List every single skill that you can think of that is worth money. Once you do that, start thinking about how to market these skills. What is a market or a niche or a sub-niche or whatever it is where you could package your skills in the form of a product or probably a service to begin with, as soon as today, and start making money? Where is there a need where you can take those skills that you already have and go in and say, hey, look, people, look at me. I'm really good at X and I can help you. You just need to pay me and I'll solve a problem for you. You can probably do that today if you really focus on this. And then from there, all you need to do is create an offer. So a lot of the time in my coaching calls, I'll sit down with somebody, maybe they're really good at writing, and I'll say, okay, great, you're good at writing. How can you take those writing skills to an existing market? You could come to me as an example, and I could hire you for your writing skills. That's something that you could explain on a one-page website and put a PayPal buy button, and you can be in business today. You need to be clear on what your skills are and be confident that these are worth money. And you need to be clear about who your market is and how you're going to help them. And you simply need to describe that on a single sales page with a buy button. If you can do that, now you're building the framework of what can be a very, very successful online business that you can grow and evolve and make it and systemize and turn it into products over time. But this is where you need to begin. So think about your skills, think about a market that could use those skills, and start brainstorming ways that you can enter that market quickly, aggressively, with confidence, and in a way that's going to bring in money almost from day one. And then you don't have to worry about, well, is this thing profitable? It will be profitable from the beginning, and then you can really start looking at growing it. So thanks for watching. I've got some links here. There'll be a PDF with the screenshot of what you see here as well. You can hit me up, but I'd love to hear from you, see if this was helpful. And thanks once again. We'll talk to you soon. This is Justin Popovich.